Okay, I think we're going to have to throw to final thoughts here because we're sort of
Wasn't it?
running around in circles a little bit.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to argue, but interesting at the same time. Like it's
It's sort of hard to quantify.
Can I say what I really think now?
Go ahead.
Give your final thoughts on the argument first. Let's start with you, Anna.
Final thoughts. Japan's got a lot to give still, I think. It's given a lot already.
Still
and
relevant.
I think dismissing it out of hand just because we're at this point where a lot of the major sequels coming out are Western, and I admit that, but that's just because of our market corner.
Okay, George?
Well, the only reason I really would pay Japan games is because they're ones I've grown up with, like Castlevania, Mario, Zelda. That's the only reason I really go to them. If there's something unfamiliar, it's usually too weird.
Is that a negative though, nostalgia?
Yeah, it would be, but in my opinion, it's really kept me into gaming. So, like, if I can't be bothered playing games and a new Zelda game will come out, I will spend 70 hours trying to finish it and collect everything. But I mean, Westerners are really good at the action games, but I mean, they can screw games up. I mean, look at Halo Wars. So,
Controversial bagging Halo out.
yeah.
Not really. I
Yeah.
think there's one
At
Halo
all.
fan in this entire room.
The internet.
I would
Yes.
argue that the first one was good.
Okay,
For
well,
its time.
Will, you want to argue that point right now?
Not really.
Or the first Halo.
Yeah.
It was a half decent.
Have you guys seen the trailer for the new Halo games?
It is a very cool trailer,
Yeah.
but that's a whole nother discussion.
No, but it's cool.
I don't know. I just don't think Japanese developers are doing as much interesting stuff as what Western developers are doing. So it's sort of stagnating. You sort of have the odd thing like Suda 51, is that the right number? I don't know, who cares?
Yeah.
And Kojima. And then you've got developers like Capcom who specifically target the Western audience now and try to use Western developing techniques.
Yeah,
and
or even Western
seem to be-
developers.
Yeah, there seem to be the big ones that are selling Street Fighter 4 and Resident Evil and that.
Yep.
Plus, Western games are better.
Well, Japan, if I'm trying, they're trying to westernize Castlevania. The new Castlevania game. It looks like Gears of War with whips.
Is that a good thing?
I don't know. Does it still have Marcus Wright in it? Because if it does, then no.
Marcus Wright. Marcus Wright, Terminator Salvation.
It's being
No,
made
it's
by
been made,
Kojima.
Anyway.
Australian, he wins.
Liam?
I like games with story. That's just my thing. I mean, I play shooters as well, but if a game doesn't have a gripping story, then I'm not really interested.
And you just find Japanese stories inaccessible to you.
Not inaccessible, just
Bad.
yeah, barely understandable was probably a better description. I mean, they just sort of they write in circles and they over explain things and they don't explain things that they should and stuff. I don't know. So even if they have a good central idea, I don't think that they progress very well in plot and characters and stuff.
All right, I think we're going to wrap the debate up now because, yeah, it's a logical place to wrap it up.
Yeah.
All right, what do we really think?
Yeah.
Anyone?
I
Yeah.
love Bioware, and I'm really sorry I said those horrible things.
Yeah, I pretty much argued what I do think. I was lucky enough to get that.
How do you argue the actual topic that you are into for once, you believe in for once?
It's the first time, I think.
Yeah, most Japanese games I find dull, repetitive, and repetitive.
I
And
think
repetitive. Well,
there's interesting Japanese stuff coming out. You've got Nobi Nobi Boy, Katamari.
which sold atrociously from what I understand.
Well, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Is that the one where you're the guy who
You're the little
eats-
You're a little
stretchy
worm.
boy and you eat things
Is
and
that
you
a
stretch
game?
out. It is, I
Because you
think.
can't win.
Is that
Katamari was
based
a
on the
game.
Hungry Hungry Caterpillar level?
It's based
That'd be
on
great.
some crazy dude in LSD probably. Yeah, but you got things like Okami, so they're still making interesting
That sold
games.
atrociously also.
I know,
Those
they sell
games-
badly.
Like just in the same genre, like the very same genre, those
Yeah.
two games.
Okami
Unfortunate.
is Zelda with a wolf.
Nothing wrong with that. The last Zelda was Zelda with a wolf.
Yeah, that's true.
George,
Well,
what do you
I'm still
believe
gonna go
in?
to sleep hugging Zelda. So I don't know. That's the only reason I really go back to that kind of Eastern feel. They have sort of way of telling
Purely
stories.
nostalgia?
Yeah.
So you think it's all just because everyone grew up on Nintendo games that everyone still...
Well, that's why people
Loves
put
Japan.
Nintendo on a higher platform than Xbox or
Just
Microsoft
nostalgia,
or
that's true.
yeah. Because you had the Super Nintendo, you grew up with its Mario.
Yeah.
If you try and get an argument someone between Solid Snake and Mario, Mario's always going to win because more people will back them up. So
Although there are a lot of kids now, especially who are like, my first game was Halo, my first game was Metal Gear. They didn't grow
those
up with
kids
that
are like-
Nintendo.
I think they're
Douchebags.
actually retarded.
well,
It's like
Those poor dumb bastards.
yeah.
no, there's a word for
Causes
that.
defects in babies. Everybody
Ends with
knows
A
that.
and ends in American. So
All right, well, on that crushingly depressing note for the future of our beloved pastime,
Yes.
I think it's time to declare a winner. And by a nose, by a very tiny single 1 point margin, the winner is our home team for once.
Finally.
thanks, Anna.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Even though you lost a few for rambling here and there,
Well, you know, it happens.
you still
ramble
pipped
on.
it.
I'm a rambling man.
How does it feel?
It feels good for
Feels
once.
good?
I got depressed every time I lost, so now I'm gonna be happy.
All right, sensational. Girls, did you have fun?
Well, as soon as we leave here, I'm going to punch Anna in the face.
You're never
Sorry,
going to come
I'm
back
just
now because you'll lost.
Do the left
Keep the
side.
cameras rolling after the show.
Yeah.
It might get interesting.
Yes.
All right, well, I think that's all we've got time for the lobby this week. So thank you very much, Anna and George, for being with us.
Thanks for having
It's
us.
okay. Where's our clap?
We won. We don't have to clap.
Yeah, they're the winners, are the best.
I said the
Is
better
there a
team
consolation
lost.
prize?
A consolation prize,
Yeah.
you can have Liam's pen.
No,
Oi.
we don't want that pen. Is that
All
No,
right.
no, no, that's the shock.
the Okay.
It's not the
No,
joke
it's
pen.
not. That's my.
This
nice
Jan
pen.
here.
Anyway, Will, Liam,
not
thank you very much for being with us again.
Yep.
Always fun.
My name is Jamwa. I probably should have said that at the start of the show, but we're all about professionalism here. Okay, thank you for joining us in the lobby once again.